Mother removed the whole family from the invitation, but when father called me alone the story turned. Among a crowd of 200 guests a strange woman in a blue dress came straight toward me, and the next moment the groom fell on his knees, that shocking secret that silenced everyone. That sentence kept echoing in my mind like someone had shattered the calm inside me, like someone had suddenly forced open a door that had been locked for years. It all began that night when my mother excluded the entire family from the invitation, without any explanation, without any reason, just a cold, final decision. Inside the house, there was silence, but not the normal kind. It was the kind of silence where screams feel buried under the walls. I was standing in the corner of the kitchen, holding a broken cup in my hand, while a storm of questions kept rising inside me. Why did she do this? Did we do something wrong? My father looked at me, and there was something in his eyes I couldn't decode. Like he wanted to speak, but something kept stopping him. Then, in the middle of the night, my phone rang. "You will come alone, don't bring anyone with you." It was my father's voice. My heart slammed hard against my chest. I wanted to ask why, but the line cut before I could say a word. I got ready, put on a simple blue dress, something I never thought I would wear for a night like this. The air outside was cold, the city lights stretched endlessly like distant stars that didn't care about my confusion. When I arrived, the scene didn't make sense. Over 200 people, a massive hall, glowing lights, laughter, music, and a happiness that felt staged, almost artificial. It was an engagement ceremony. My brother's engagement. But the strangest part was, no one greeted me. No one even acknowledged I existed. I stood in a corner, my heart racing, my hands slightly trembling, scanning every face, hoping someone would tell me why I was even called here. My father stood far away, repeatedly looking toward the entrance, like he was waiting for someone who hadn't arrived yet. And then, the door opened, and everything stopped. A woman walked in, blue dress, slightly loose hair, and a silence that swallowed the entire hall. She wasn't ordinary. The way she walked, the way she carried herself, even her eyes, everything felt unfamiliar, unsettling. And then she walked straight toward me. My feet instinctively moved back. I didn't understand who she was, or why she was coming directly at me. She stopped right in front of me, and looked at me like she had known me for years. "You are here," she said softly. My lips parted. "Who are you?" She didn't answer. Instead, her eyes shifted toward my father. And suddenly, the entire hall went quiet. My brother's fiancée stood frozen on the stage. People were still smiling seconds ago, but now the atmosphere had changed completely. And then something happened that I could never have prepared for. My brother, the groom, suddenly stepped down from the stage and walked straight toward that woman. And then he fell to his knees. Right there. In front of everyone. The entire hall erupted into shocked gasps. I froze. My hands turned cold. My heartbeat felt like it stopped halfway. You came back," his voice trembled. The woman looked down at him. "You lied," she said. Just 2 words. But they hit like a collapse. My father closed his eyes, like he had been waiting for this moment his entire life. I stepped forward, my voice breaking. "What is going on here?" No one answered me. The woman turned toward me slowly. "You don't know," she said calmly. "You are part of a story, but not the way you think." My mind went blank. What does that even mean? She pulled out a file, and handed it toward my father. CPS case file. 18 years old. My knees weakened. CPS. Child Protective Services. I had heard of it before, but never imagined it would ever touch my life. My father didn't take the file. He just stared at the floor. "You hid it," she said coldly. "You said she died." My head snapped up instantly. Me? Died? My voice shook. People in the hall started whispering, looking at each other in confusion, fear creeping into their expressions. She stepped closer to me. "You are not their biological daughter. You were adopted. You were told you were an orphan, but that was not the truth." The words sliced through me. "No," I shook my head. "That's not possible, that's not true." My father finally looked at me. "We were forced," he whispered. Something inside me cracked at that moment. She pulled out another document. "This is your birth record. Your real parents, and the incident that was never an accident. My ears started ringing. Everything blurred. The hall, the people, the lights, everything felt distant. Like I was standing outside my own body. "Stop it!" I shouted. But she didn't stop. "You were taken illegally, and your biological mother is still alive." Silence. That final sentence erased everything. What? My voice was barely there. And then chaos broke out. Someone called the police, or maybe CPS. I couldn't tell anymore. People started moving, chairs scraping, voices overlapping, panic rising like a wave. Then she walked toward me again. "I came on behalf of your mother," she said softly. "She has been searching for you for years." My legs felt like they disappeared under me. Everything around me was falling apart: relationships, lies, truth, identity. I didn't know who I was anymore. Police arrived. CPS officers. Lawyers. Everything at once. I was guided outside. The cold night air hit me, but I didn't feel it properly, like my senses were shutting down one by one. The city lights started fading behind the window. I leaned back, staring at my trembling hands. Was I really someone else's daughter? Was my entire life built on a lie? And if it was, what kind of truth was waiting for me now? The road stretched endlessly ahead, and inside me, something darker had already begun to rise, something I could neither name nor escape. If this story touched you, please take a moment to like and subscribe. It really helps support more emotional stories like this one. Thank you so much for watching and being here until the end. Your support means a lot, and I truly appreciate every single one of you who stayed with the story.